Oh, hello, you insouciant long pigs of the internet. It is I, Salvage G1, coming at you for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. This time we're doing issue number 163, the Orion Interceptor. And as per usual, nice glossy magazine on the ship itself, but more on that soon, very soon. So we're going to crack on, shall we? Specification: operated by the Orion Syndicate. Type: Interceptor. In operation 22nd century. Location: Boarderland's Alpha Quadrant. Weaponry: particle cannon, warp engines, propulsion warp engines. We've got some nice CG renders of the ship itself. Nice to see a different background than a fucking planet. Nice to see. Different render from the front cover. That's always a good thing. Sort of in flight there, you know, in formation, which is pretty cool. The interceptors used transporters to beam crew away from other ships. An energy surge was detected in a second before the transporter activation. While traversing the borderlands in search of the augments, bird of prey, a pair of Orion Interceptors forced the Enterprise to drop out of warp. The Enterprise found itself under heavy fire from particle cannons, leaving it vulnerable to Interceptors transporters. Yes. And we got some another nice CG render of it there, and then some images from the episode Borderlands of it shooting at the Enterprise, which is pretty cool. Ulrich Sung there. Yeah, brilliant 22nd century geneticist Dr. Ulrich Sung had controversial views and felt a mistake for humanity to abandon genetic modification. Either the Eugenics War, formerly senior medical director of Cold Station 12, Sung stole augment embryos, raising them as his children. His criminal activities were brought to book, and Sung was imprisoned in San Francisco. I can't even speak today. In San Francisco prison facility, where his children left to fend for themselves. And we get a lovely topographical view there of the ship, which is very nice, very nice, very nice. Abductees taken by the Orion Syndicate as slaves were considered Orion property. The Syndicate would fiercely protect this claim, pursuing any slaves that escaped processing stations such as on Verix 3 neurolytic implant. Slaves were prevented from escaping the Syndicate by neurolytic restraints. The restraints activated seizures on the slave. They had travelled to certain distances from their processing station. A slave did not achieve a high price to cover processing or abduction. They would be sold as food. Commander T'Pol was auctioned to a Tellarite for a high price, but was able to escape when the restraint was deactivated. It inflicted payback on the cruel Orion slaver before returning to the Enterprise. And then we've got designing the Interceptor. We've got a really radical, differently designed. That's pretty cool. That I'd like to see that as a model at some stage. You can see it sort of taking shape there, and more images there as well. And of course, it was designed by John Eves, because you can tell a John Eves design a mile away. But that ain't a bad thing. You know, and then you can see it sort of falling into place a bit, but that's a bit different design there. Still a pretty cool ship. Then you got that is a really cool warship, fucking big bastard ship, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's the Orion Haran Sad's heavy cruiser. Yeah, did we get that as a ship? I don't think we did we? And then you can see it sort of taking shape there, and you got a fully painted view of it, and then sort of another design. That is really cool, sort of incorporating all the different wings and stuff to make it look very dangerous indeed. And then we've got on screen Scots actor Alec Newman played Rogue Agmen Malik in Borderlands. and further 2 episodes of Enterprise, Cold Station 12 and The Augment. Newman had no stranger to science fiction, having appeared in Paul Atreides in the miniseries adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune for the Sci-Fi Channel. Not bad, that, actually. And the sequel, Children of Dune. Newman's wide-ranging career, leading stage and screen roles both sides of the Atlantic. Boarderland marked his final appearance. Boarderland marked Star Trek's. Oh, fucking hell, I can't speak. Boarderland marked the final Star Trek appearance to date of J.G. Hertzler, playing the Klingon captain in the opening sequence. Hertzler had appeared as a Vulcan captain in the first episode of Deep Space Nine, before appearing in over 20 further episodes of General Martok. He also played Hirogen Fighter in Voyager Senkatsu and Kolos in Enterprise. Yeah, Hadjo is the name of the Hirogen, to be sure. Hadjo? Well, anyway. The Orion Syndicate appeared in Enterprise season 14 Bound. However, Boarderland was the first appearance in over 30 years, having last featured in Pirates of having last featured in Pirates of Orion in 1974 episode of Star Trek the Animated Series. I've lost the ability to speak today. And then you get the ship on the back there. So, let's put that over there. We shall flip the camera around and take a closer look. So, join me, shan't you? And here we have the ship itself, and as you can see, very nice indeed. We'll just take it off the stand, put that over there. Yeah, very nice. Got some really nice detail. You could probably put this in either Klingon or Romulan, and say it's a Klingon and Romulan ship, and I'd go, yep, that'll do for me. But it's got some really unique design. Let's get a closer look, shall we? Boom. You got some really nice design. You got some like Orion symbols there. You got some really nice greeblies going over the top, maybe sensor arrays and things like that. Although this paint is a little bit haphazardly applied, just sort of blobs here and there, which is a bit of a shame. And you got some like sensor arrays there, a transporter in there, and you got this teeth section painted onto the ship there. Yeah, very nice, very nice. It's got a really nice. You got the engines on the bottom there. No clear plastic on this one, which is a bit of a shame. And there's a hair sticking out from it. There we go. You can see it's been a while since I've actually got this out and looked at it. Yeah, you got some nice engines on the back there. You got some vents on the furthest part of the wing. The wing's got a slight curve to them, which is really cool. Which makes this thing a formidable ship to go up against. You got some more Orion symbols on the wings there, and then you got this sort of like this sort of mouth design going on, covered in blood, which is really cool. And then you got some more detail underneath. Got some more Orion Syndicate language there, and then you got the front end of the ship. There we are. Kind of looks like a falcon or an eagle, something like that. But very streamlined, very nice ship indeed. I'm getting bleeps all over. Don't worry, that's just my Facebook. Yeah, and then you got like the cockpit view just on the front there, which is really nice. Overall, a very nice ship. Colour scheme, although mine in person looks slightly more green. This is a bit more washed out on the camera, maybe because it's got a bright light on it. Maybe it's just got a bright light focused at it, maybe. But yeah, it's got a definite sort of eagle-esque look to it on the front there. You got some more Orion symbols at the front there. Maybe that's the name of the ship. You see those symbols on the of the slave trade, slave auction thing. Sorry, it looks like in person it doesn't look like there's any dust on it, but because I've got a light and it gets really close in, you can see all the dust on it. Anyway. There we go. So yeah, it's a really nice ship. Really nice. If you're a fan of Enterprise, I think you should pick this up. I really think you should. But there's not a lot to be said on it, really. It's a very simple design, but also an elegant design. And very... Actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Phoenix from Battle of the Planets. Ooh, dropping it. Reminds me of the Phoenix from Battle of the Planets. It's got that sort of look to it. Or Gatchaman, or G-Force. Your mileage may vary. But yeah... You got some intakes there for the engines, which is pretty cool. So it suggests that it's got some kind of atmospheric flight as well. But yeah, it's a very cool ship indeed. And definitely a must if you're an Enterprise fan. Get this in your collection. You know, it just adds to the alien ships. But like I say, there's not a lot to be said with it, really. Some nice detail, some nice paint apps here and there, although this paint apps here just seem haphazardly applied, and there's a horrible glue stain on mine, and I've just noticed, after all the months I've had it, I've just noticed that. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's just a very nice thing to have. And you should definitely pick this up, because it's quite a unique ship. But you could... Oh, dropping it again. There you go, Niles. But you could easily slot this into a Klingon or Romulan fleet, and you'd go, yeah, that's fine. Although the wings kind of remind me of Centauri a little bit from Babylon 5. Actually, this would fit in Babylon 5 quite well, actually, to be fair. But I like the shape of it. The shape is quite unique. So this you know, sort of axe sort of shape going on. 3 times I've dropped it. Well done. So yeah, it's a bit shame there's no clear plastic in the engines there, but they are quite small. Let me just get a proper zoom in for you. They are quite small, so yeah, it's forgivable. But they seem to be, as the line is coming to an end, which pains me to think. There are still at least 30 ships I can say off the top of my head we haven't got yet. Just a few. Kazon Predator class, Zal ship, the pre-warp Krenim ship, the Mawazi cruiser, then a Hydron ship. You know, they're just top of my head. You know what I mean? So, come on, Eaglemore, sort it out, please. I can't have an incomplete collection. Come on. So yeah, that's very nice. And it comes with a stand, as all these ships do. And what does it say on the bottom? Just says Orion's Interceptor. And it's a first run, which is very nice. And then you put it on the stand. And this stand is very snug when I can get it on. You've got to get it in the right place. There we are. And that is very snug on there, which is unusual. But yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice. So then, thanks for watching, and if you like what I do, why not smash that like button to help the algorithm. Consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell to tell you when I've got new videos out. I usually get one or two out a week. I'm going to up my game a bit. I'm going to do at least 2 a week, a Transformer and a Starship, although I've done 3 Starships in a row because I haven't done Starships in a while. Check out my other playlist, a load of Star Trek stuff there. And if you like what I do, why not consider donating to my Patreon? I've got some cool rewards over there, including for $1 a month, you can have your name in the credits, and for $5 a month, you get to see the videos 2 days before anybody else, and you get the name in the credits, and you get a full HD collection of the photos of the ship or anything else I review. So thank you for joining me, and I will catch you all very soon. Bye for now.